What's up YouTube, Blood Rampage here, bringing you Hex Card Clash. This is a new game that came out on PlayStation for free, and I figured I'd give it a shot and show what it's about a little bit here. So, obviously it's a card game, but the starting match is you, Trevor Fenn, against a monstrous maggot. So this is just the introductory thing I'm doing right now. See, your champion details are located at the bottom of the screen. Opposing champion can be seen here. In order to defeat your opponent, you must reduce their health to 0 or less. You can use troop cards to damage your opponent and reduce their health. This Adamantium Elite and Dragon Guard are both troops you can use in combat. Okay. Okay, once both have been assigned, press triangle button to confirm your attack. Okay. Oh, there we go. So when they get exhausted after an attack, they turn sideways into a defensive position, which the second number is their health points. So I got a Tyrannosaurus Hex, a Rigid Buffalo, and a Dark Spire Enforcer. A Duskwing. These corrupt beasts are servants of the Necrotic. Stay back, you winged vermin. I will not let you claim a single host for your manor. Alright. Champions can have different starting health totals, but your goal remains the same. Reduce your opponent's health to 0 before they do the same to you. You can accomplish this task by playing cards from your hand. You can get a better view of the cards by highlighting them using left stick or the D-pad. Okay. In order to play your troop cards, you will first need resources. A diamond shard is a type of resource card. Select diamond shard in your hand and press X to play it. Okay. The diamond shards have given you 1 diamond threshold, which is needed to play diamond cards. There are 5 shard types in Hex: Diamond, Ruby, Sapphire, Blood, and Wild. Okay. Playing the Diamond Shard has also given you a resource point. Resource points are used to pay the cost required to play cards. You can view your current resources and thresholds at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Your resources are displayed as a set of 2 numbers. For example, you currently have 1 out of 1. The number on the left is called temporary resources and indicates how many resources you still have available to spend this turn. The number on the right shows the total number of resource points you will replenish at the start of the next turn by playing shards. You can increase the number of resource points you receive each turn. If you were to spend a resource point this turn, the indicator would display a 0 out of 1 to show that you have spent your only resource for the turn. Only your next turn resource would reset back to 1. You may play only 1 resource card on each of your turns. You do not yet meet the requirements to play the other cards in your hand, so press the triangle button to end your turn. It is now your opponent's turn. This is indicated by the highlight around their champion portal. Okay. Your foul blood magic is no magic for a member of the Chimera Guild. Guard. Sorry. Storytelling is interesting. Okay, they played a blood shard resource and selected to end their turn. Press the triangle button to advance your turn. Draw a card from your deck. Okay, so it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Play another diamond shard. And now I could play either 2 baby yetis or rigid buffalo, I think. Okay, directly below the cost is threshold requirement. The Rigid Buffalo requires 2. Okay, cards in your hand that immediately played have a glowing border around them. You have both the resources and threshold needed to play the Rigid Buffalo, so highlight it in your hand and press X to play. Spending resource points in your Rigid Buffalo cannot attack this turn. Press triangle to end your turn. Another blood token thing. Start of your turn, all your resources replenish, allowing them to be spent again to play new cards. You will then draw a card. Oh, I got a ruby shard. Oh, okay. So the diamonds allow me to play the gray cards. The rubies will allow me to play the red cards. So it's kind of like Pokemon if you have the certain type of energy card to do their attacks. So I'll put that there, and then I could summon Baby Yeti. Okay. So I can play both of these then, okay. Your Baby Yeti card have a special keyword power called Speed. The power allows the troops to attack on the same turn as played by ignoring troop trauma. At any time you may press square to view the highlight card. Okay. Paladin and Nagon, I don't know. Earthcaller and Molten Slaggard. That was a Necrotic Scout, I'm sure of it. I was right. This is a full-scale invasion. Okay, so they definitely didn't do anything so far with the story. Oh, are they gonna make me play right now? Be able to attack you on your next turn. They are no match for my Rigid Buffalo. Oh no. Okay. Oh, a zombie. Don't attack me with a zombie. Oh, so you can get something back. That's kind of dumb, but... So do you not want me to attack? Examine your opponent's troop when determining if you should attack. Your opponent has a zombie, has 2 attack and 2 defense. If it defends against your Rigid Buffalo, the zombie will be destroyed and your buffalo will survive. Your opponent has decided not to block your troop in order to preserve their zombie. This means that your Rigid Buffalo will instead damage the opposing champion. After you have attacked, you are still able to play resources and cards. Play a diamond shard from your hand. You now have the 3 resource points required to play the Priestess of Light. The troop has a deploy power. Deploy powers happen when the card enters play. Priestess of Light's deploy power has increased your health by 2. Remember, you can examine a card, yada yada yada. Well done, now end your turn. The opponent has attacked with their zombie. Exhausted troops are unable to block, so you cannot block with your Rigid Buffalo. Priestess of Light is ready to block, however it would be destroyed by the zombie's 2 attack and only deal 1 damage in return. You still have plenty of health, so it's safe to receive 2 damage from the zombie in order to preserve your troops. Press circle button to skip blocking with your troop. Okay. Every champion has a unique ability. It requires 1 diamond threshold and costs 4 charges. Okay. You gain 1 charge each time you play a standard resource. When you activate the power, the charge cost will be deducted from your total charges. Okay. You can now use your champion's charge power up once per turn. Also, you will need to build up more charges in order to use it again. Your opponent's only troop is exhausted, so they will be unable to block any of your attackers. Back to the grave with you, horror. Victory. Road Root, Rot Root, Enchanter, Arachnomancer, and Call the Grave. Interesting cards. Stop, fiend. I will not allow you to desecrate the fallen. Enough. You will regret ever coming here. I'm not reading the enemy's parts because I'm no enemy. Okay, play another diamond shard. My main companion, Rigid Buffalo. Oh no. A determined zombie. Is that really what it says? Determined zombie. How does one have a determined zombie? Assign both your Sentry Gawain and your Rigid Buffalo to block the attacking determined zombie. Select your troop and then press X and select the attacking troop with X. But my Rigid Buffalo is still here. Oh no, a vampire. Your opponent has played a vampire troop which has flight. They can now use this to block your phantom if you try to attack. The vampire also has another power, Life Drain. When the vampire deals damage, the opposing champion will also gain that much health. Ooh. Okay, you've just drawn a new type of card, a basic action called Crackling Bolt. When you play an action card, it has an immediate one-time effect and is put into your crypt. The action's effect is always described on the card's text box. Crackling Bolt will allow you to deal 3 damage to a single champion or troop by selecting it as a target of the action. Many actions and powers require you to select targets when you use them. It's more enough to destroy the pesky vampire. Play the Crackling Bolt in your hand and then highlight the vampire. And play Ruby Shard. And now I attack. And I end my turn. I shall banish you to the Shadow Realm. Ooh, steadfast troops do not become exhausted when they attack. Okay. You have now a different type of card, a quick action. These behave like basic actions, but quick actions can be played at any time, including during combat or on your opponent's turn. Because they can be played during combat, quick actions can be used to surprise your enemy and turn the outcome of an attack in your favor. Let's use bravery to outwit your opponent during your attack. Now that your opponent has decided to play or to block, play bravery to select your rigid buffalo as the target. Get shredded. It's like a trap card. Play a diamond shard. End my turn. Ember Tears is a new type of card called a constant. Constant cards remain in play instead of going directly to the crypt, and their powers continue to affect the game until after your turn. You can read the card's text box and understand how. Okay, play Ember Tears now. Ember Tears dealt damage to your opponent when it's entered play because of its deploy power. As long as it remains in play, it will deal 1 damage to your opponent at the start of each of your turns. Interesting. It's usually best to play resource on every turn if you can, so play the diamond. Okay, Rigid Buffalo's attack is too low to get through the Paladin, so it's best not to attack with Buffalo. No enemy troops have flight, so attack with the Phantom. Your opponent's command tower is a new type of card called an artifact. Artifacts are cards that remain in play like a constant or troop, but they have no threshold requirements. A particular artifact will improve the attack of your opponent's troops. Uh-oh. Your opponent played an action to destroy a Rigid Buffalo. You can highlight a crypt and press square to examine the card. Without a ready troop, you will be unable to block the Paladin and Nagam. Okay. No, I won't give up. You haven't won yet. You have drawn another action card. First Blood. Zoom in. Okay. Let's zoom in. Some cards will refer to other cards by a name. When you see a bold card in the name, okay, summon 2 Scarless Raiders. Okay. First Blood it is. Now attack with all your troops to defeat the enemy. How am I gonna... Oh, he does have 3. I didn't realize that. Attack. Ooh. Victory. I got Bravery, War Machinist, and Sapphire Aurora. Okay. And this should be the last one, I think. Why are you doing this? These people did nothing to warrant an attack. I will not abandon my duty to Chimera Guard. This town is under my protection. Okay, you have won the coin flip. Oh, okay. Go first is nice. You have the choice of keeping those cards. Your hand has a good mix of resources and troops, so keep hand. Okay, for example, when you have 2 or less resources, it's several high cost cards, okay. This final tutorial match, you will eventually be given full control of your champion. In a few turns, you'll be deciding which card to play and when to attack. These last few hints will help cover more advanced mechanics to help you succeed, okay. In order for a champion to use a power or play a card, they must have priority. Only one champion may have priority at a time, so you and your opponent will pass it back and forth. At the start of your turn, you will have priority. When you play a card, your opponent receives priority and can react using their own cards. When the opponent plays a card, you gain priority and respond. When you select to continue through your turn, your opponent again receives priority and has a chance to respond. When both players pass priority, the game moves forward. The phase tracker now displayed on the left-hand side of the screen. It lists the current phase and can be used to track the order of all phases in a turn, and also indicates which player currently has priority. You are now in the first main phase of your turn. During the phase, you can play your resources, troops, and basic actions. Play Diamond Shard and Phantom before advancing. The first main phase is the attack phase. Because you have no troops that can attack this turn due to troop trauma, the attack phase will be skipped. Now, second main phase, yada yada yada. You have used all your available resources this turn, so continue to end the turn. So it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! And like Gwent and Hand of the Gods and stuff all mixed together in one. Okay, let's see what happens. Probably gonna fail. Card when activated power, this card is play the power can be activated many times and paying the list of costs each time you play this troop now. Okay, activate powers, one resource point and will also exhaust your command guard officer as part of the cost. Each time you use this, you gain 1 health. Troops with troop trauma cannot be exhausted to pay costs, so you will wait until okay, on future turns, okay, activate the power. Oh great, now it's my turn to make decisions. Hey, it's Rigid Buffalo. I feel like I'm gonna lose. They didn't attack. whatever. Ooh, I should probably do that. Figured that would block. Oh darn. This is kind of intense, but I don't know if this is my kind of game. I like Yu-Gi-Oh, I like Gwent, Hearthstone, and all that junk, but this is just kind of. Hey, I won. And I got Oracle Song, Corrupt Harvester, and Savage Raider. I don't read this anymore. Hey, trophy. Well, hopefully the tutorial allowed you to figure out if you actually wanted to play it or not. It definitely is interesting. So, like I said, it's free on PlayStation, so anyone's welcome to download it. I think it came out Tuesday. So, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you figured out if you wanted to play it or not. So, have a nice day.